Sarah's hands trembled as she watched her 18-month-old daughter struggle to breathe. What started as a sleepless Friday night had escalated into every parent's worst nightmare by Saturday morning. The little girl, usually full of energy and laughter, lay listless in her mother's arms, her tiny chest working overtime with each labored breath. The urgent care visit that morning had been alarming enough. Her daughter was inconsolable, refusing food and water, her small body burning with fever. The diagnosis was a viral infection and ear infection, but something felt terribly wrong. The medical staff noticed the labored breathing but attributed it to the fever, sending them home with instructions to return to the ER if things didn't improve. By 1 p.m., Sarah knew they couldn't wait. Her daughter's breathing had become so difficult that her little belly was retracting with each breath, a sign that made Sarah's maternal instincts scream with urgency. The drive to the emergency room felt endless, her daughter's weak whimpers filling the car. Meanwhile, 2,000 miles away in North Dakota, her husband was deep into his planned 2-week hunting vacation. He'd already been there a week when his daughter fell ill. When Sarah called with updates, he listened but made no move to cut his trip short. He was waiting for updates, he said, as if his child's medical emergency was something to monitor from afar rather than experience firsthand. The ER moved quickly once they arrived. Blood work, x-rays, irregular coughing that made the medical team exchange worried glances. Within hours, the terrifying words came, transport to the pediatric hospital. Sarah's world tilted as oxygen was administered to her baby girl, who was slipping into respiratory failure before responding to albuterol treatments. The diagnosis finally came on Sunday, rhinovirus. What seemed like a simple cold had become a life-threatening emergency that would keep them hospitalized for days. Sarah spent sleepless nights in uncomfortable hospital chairs, her phone buzzing with casual updates from her husband about his hunting adventures. When she finally confronted him about his absence, his response shattered something deep inside her. He doubled down, hurling insults and accusations. He claimed he knew their daughter would be fine because a friend's son had been hospitalized for the same thing. His logic was as cruel as it was absurd. Other children had survived, so their daughter would too. No need to rush home. As Sarah hung up on his verbal assault, she felt something shift. Here she was, handling nighttime routines and hospital shift changes alone, being berated by the one person who should have been by her side. His final declaration that he was done with her felt less like a threat and more like a relief. By Monday, as her daughter's condition stabilized and discharge plans were discussed, Sarah had found something she didn't expect, her own strength. She had navigated this crisis with grace and fierce maternal love. The realization hit her like a wave. She had handled this like the warrior mother she was meant to be. Now, safely home with her daughter breathing easily, Sarah reflects on the incredible women who shared their stories during those hospital nights. Their strength inspired her to consider new paths, perhaps nursing, pharmacy, or lab work when her children are older. She had discovered that motherhood wasn't just about loving her children. It was about being their unwavering protector and advocate. The experience revealed truths about her relationship that couldn't be ignored, but also truths about herself that filled her with quiet confidence. Sometimes the garbage really does take itself out, and sometimes a mother's love is the strongest force in the room. What do you think about this situation? How would you have handled it? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below.